Cheat Code. Support Strategist. By Clouds. My Head in the Clouds Not Coming Down. On AO3. Chapter 89. Heroes. Izuku and Mei were in the construction tent that was currently doubling as Nezu's office. Do you think Nezu wants to talk about the tunnels? Or the buck trees? Mei asked. Oh, maybe he has a new project he wants us to work on. I'm not sure, Izuku hummed. Don't get too excited, though. He probably just asked us to come so we could talk about logistics. Nezu's voice rang out behind them. In a way, you are both correct. Izuku and Mei looked to see Nezu walking into the tent. So, we have a new project? Mei asked, hopefully. Sort of, Nezu said, taking a seat. I'm sure you're aware that the provisional license for our hero students is in mere weeks. Yeah, Izuku nodded. Do you want us to give everyone analysis? Or maybe help them train one-on-one and prepare for the exam? No. Nezu smiled. I would like you to take the exam. The walk to the mochi shop was nice. It was a warm day, and even though he didn't have to, Hitoshi held her hand the whole way. Ochako felt like her face was on fire, and she really hoped her natural pink cheeks disguised at least some of the blush, but knew that was probably hoping for too much. Finally, Hitoshi broke the silence. What do you think of the new dorms? It's kind of weird, Ochako said. I just barely moved back in my parents, and now I'm gonna have to move out again. It's just a lot of moving. Well, you're a teleporter. Hitoshi smiled. You're always gonna be Ochako going some other place or another. Ochako shot him a playful glare, and he laughed, nudging her slightly, and they walked the last block to the mochi shop in comfortable silence. Izuku stared at Nezu in disbelief. What? We're not heroes, we're support. We don't want to be heroes. What Izuku said. Mei nodded. I'm not abandoning my babies. Nezu held up his hand in a calming gesture. I'm not asking you to. You would still be primarily in support, but what with your prominent involvement in every villain attack, we're experienced so far this year, not to mention the increased danger that will now come with your identity as cheat code is more widely known, it only makes sense for you to be able to defend yourselves, both in terms of skill and legacy. And, of course, in order to do so more effectively, you would need a hero license. But we don't want hero licenses, Mei said simply. License means work and time that I could be using to perfect my babies. So, no thank you. It also means using those inventions to help others, Nezu pointed out, which you have already proven that you are capable of doing with great effect. The license would simply give you more freedom and resources to do what you already have been doing best in your own project. But we don't want to be heroes. Izuku stood up. And even if I did want to be a hero, which I don't, I can't. Nezu's tilted his head. And why would you say that? Izuku looked at him incredulously. Because I'm quirkless? I thought that was obvious by now. Ah! Nezu looked at him sadly. I suppose your reaction makes much more sense now, even if I do not agree. Izuku stopped. What? The idea that a quirkless person cannot become a hero is quite happily incorrect, Nezu chirped. Of course, there will be more difficulties, but you excel at overcoming every obstacle in your path, so I have no doubt of your capabilities, and there are no laws preventing it. So yes, I believe it is perfectly possible for you to become a hero. Izuku shook his head. Look, I gave up on that dream a long time ago. Be that as it may, Nezu interrupted. Getting licensed is still the best course of action. You may not have any legal ramifications from your involvement thus far, but if you keep assisting, as you have been, and performing heroics without a license, that will not always be the case. But we're not performing heroics, May argued. We're acting as support, which is what we want to do. That's why we came to UA in the first place. Yeah, Izuku agreed. What we're doing isn't hero work. You are saving people, Nezu shrugged. I failed to see the difference. I've never wanted to be a hero, May said. It would take my focus away from my babies. It would also give you a better option to advertise them. Nezu smiled. Imagine seeing a hero use their own inventions and trusting their life to them. How much more entitlement would those inventions look, both to the public and to other heroes? Much more affected than the traditional commercial, don't you think? May bit her lip. Well, when you put it like that. How about I let you think on it? Nezu suggested. You two can talk it over and tell me your decision by tonight. That way we can properly adjust your schedules for the upcoming semester. I assure you that you will still be primarily students of Class 1F, but you will also be joining 1A for subjects such as heroics and combat. You would be both support and hero. Support heroes, if you would. Izuku and Mei shared a look. They had a lot to think about. Hitoshi smiled as he overlooked the large vicinity of mochi that they ended up with. This is probably too much mochi for two people. Ochako hummed. That's what a coward would say. What, Shigdig, you aren't up for the challenge? Oh, I'm always up for the challenge. Hitoshi smirked. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to catch a teleporter. Ochako blushed and ducked her head. I guess not. Oh, my adoption papers are gonna be coming soon. Hitoshi said. It's weird timing, right? Right when we're having to pack everything up for the dorms. How is that even going to work? Ochako's eyes widened. The dorms, not the adoption, obviously not. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Congratulations! Hitoshi managed to hold back a few seconds before bursting into laughter. Well, for the adoption. You see, when two men love each other very much... Ochako hit his arm. Oh, shut up! You realize I can just leave, right? Hitoshi gave her a cocky smile. And yet you're still here. Ochako raised an eyebrow. I don't have to be. Hitoshi smirked. They're giving my adult an apartment on campus, so they can hang around and respond if there's any issues in the dorms or whatever. I get a normal dorm like everyone else, but I also have a room at the apartment if I want it. It's just kind of up to me. Ochako nodded. Sounds like fun. I'm just glad you're in 1A now. It would be so weird if I had to live in the 1C dorm. I mean, it's gonna be weird enough with Mei and Izuku living in 1F. Let's be honest. Hitoshi rolled his eyes. Those two are going to be living in the tunnels. The rats already practically adopted them, so they may as well just make their home in the maze. Ochako laughed. Yeah, they probably are there now. Izuku paced back and forth in one of the few areas of the school that had been completed. Mei sat on the floor, working on her latest project as Izuku paced. You're gonna give yourself motion sickness. Izuku slumped down onto the floor with a huff. What gives them the right to tell me I can be a hero now, of all times? Mei-chan, I begged to be a hero for 10 years. That's a whole decade that... And told me. No, even my mom. But now that I've given up and found a new goal, and I'm finally able and finally in a good place, now, all of a sudden, it's possible? How does that even make any sense? What gives them the right to suddenly change their minds like that? In his defense, May said, Nessa was never the one who told you that. My old principal did, Izuku argued. And my teachers and Kachan and everyone else. I finally accepted that. It was impossible. May, I found a new dream. And I even held a pity party for my goodness sake. I goddamn mental funeral for my old dream. What gives him the right to tell me I can be a hero after I put all that work to come to terms with the fact that I couldn't? May put down her invention and reached for his hands. You're being an idiot. She turned away and started tinkling with her tools again, while Izuku stared at her in shock. Excuse me? I thought girlfriends were supposed to be supportive. Not when you're being stupid, May said simply. I put a lot of work into inventions that never work out, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't try. No, even if it blows up in my face, it was still worth it. The work I put into it is because I learned something from it. You're just over there giving into the slunken cost fatality. So, no, I'm not going to agree with you. You're being stupid. Izuku froze. Oh. May snorted. Yep. It doesn't matter what work you've already put in. You can't change that. What you can change is what you're doing now. I think Nezu's right. Being heroes will give us a really great opportunity to market our inventions and give us more resources to do what we've already been doing. But you're my partner, so I'm not doing anything without you. Izuku took a deep breath and took May's hand before walking into the classroom. Aizawa greeted them with a nod, and Hitoshi and Ochako smiled at them, while the rest of the class exchanged glances of confusion. Izuku squeezed May's hand a little tighter and gave a little wave. Hello, everyone. Class, you already know cheat code, Aizawa said. Shinso, would you like to introduce us to our friends and explain a little bit about why they're here? Yeah. Hitoshi stood up with a grin. Everyone, these are my kidnappers, Izuku Midoriya and Mei Hatsume. And they're gonna be heroes. What did I say? Nezu was gonna offer. I said Izuku to be a hero, but I didn't count Mei also being in that equation. But yeah, Mei and Izuku are gonna be heroes now. Love that. Absolutely love that. And that's the end of this. There's no more. There's nothing, to add. No, nothing else. This is it. That is Cheat Code Support Strategist by Clouds. My head in the clouds, not coming down. I'm gonna cry. That's the last time I'm gonna say that. Okay. This is my longest series I've had. I've been saying this for the past couple, damn weeks. I'm actually sad. It's over. This series has been, oh my god, it's over. I'm gonna sob. I'm gonna cry. It's over. I can't get over that fact. It's over. It's over. Oh my god. It's just gone. It's just done. I'm in shock. Izuku and Mei are gonna be heroes, which I very much appreciate and love. It's super cool, super nice. I really wish there was more. I want more. Do I think there's gonna probably be a sequel? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's gonna be a sequel, but I would love for there to be a sequel. Question, what is the logistics of writing a fanfic of a fanfic? If that makes any sense. What is the morality of that? The ethics of, writing a fanfic to a fanfic. Let's say, for example, Cheat Code Support Strategist, or Deku, I think he's a pro, or, trying to think of another one that isn't by Clouds. I guess Villainous Heroics kind of ended on a really good term, but, if you want to see them, actually, be together and stuff, Villainous Heroics would be another one. I'm trying to see. It's in the tip of my head. What was that? Mockingbird and Lyrebird? Although that one has a sequel. Never mind, that one has a sequel. It's just in the making. Let's see. Yeah, those for example. Or one that I'm currently working on, which is Just a Concerned Citizen. What is the logistics of making a fanfic of a fanfic? A continuation of the fanfic. Stating, hey, the obviously, stating that the main person is this, and obviously stating that this is the fanfic of a fanfic and stuff, right? But, making, the stuff, crediting the right things, doing all that, saying, hey, this is a fanfic from, let's say, for example, we use Deku, I think it's a pro, by Clouds, My Head in the Clouds Not Coming Down, obviously stating that this is a fan fiction made for a fanfic where it's like a sequel, quote unquote, but it's not a canonical sequel, if that makes sense. What is the logistics of that? I want somebody in the comments. Anybody in the comments, please tell me the logisticals of that. Wow, this fanfic is ending. I'm gonna cry. I'm probably gonna cry after this. I'm probably gonna take like a couple breather and cry because this is my longest series. This is the longest series I've had, and it's over. It's done. It's gone. It's no longer. I'm gonna cry. As always, for the last time with Cheat Code Support Strategist by Cloudsman in the Clouds. My head's in the clouds, not coming down. Oh, I'm already forgetting it. No! Okay. For the last time in this series for Cheat Code Support Strategist by Clouds, my head in the clouds, not coming down. As always, my raindrops. Make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to our Discord server is down in the description. So are my socials. And as always, thank you for watching.